river, let we start anew. Pollution ain't no joke. Let we fix what we broke, so we can bust our river line again. Dumping from chemicals, no we not in that. Washing cars up the stream, no we not in that. Let's clean up pollution. We have a solution. Next to for river, the envy of the nation. I tell you, please keep the river clean. I beg you, please keep the river clean. No more trash in the water. Keep the river clean. Let we preserve for the future. Keep the river clean. Hey, tell your neighbor, tell a friend. Can't let it continue again. It's our responsibility to protect the environment. A healthy river is healthy you. And Mother Nature calling out to you. I tell you, sand mining riverbeds, no we not in that. Ross who wage in the streams, no we not in that. Let's clean up pollution. We have a solution. Make super everybody envy of the nation. I tell you, please keep the river clean. I beg you, please keep the river clean. No more trash in the water. Keep the river clean. Let me preserve for the future. Keep the river clean. You're so fresh. Keep the river clean. Keep the river clean. Farmers, keep the river clean. Keep the river clean. Hoteliers, keep the river clean. Keep the river clean. Businesses, keep the river clean. Keep the river so fresh. Please keep the river clean. I tell you, please keep the river clean. No more trash in the water. Keep the river clean. Let me preserve for the future. Keep the river clean. Hey.
Good morning, Soufriere. Good morning, everybody. Good morning to the listeners on 88.5. Welcome once again to another episode of Flowing Clean. I am Nadia Kazobon, your host for this show. This week, we do not have any guests who will be joining us live, but we will be getting some persons who might be calling in. Today, we are going to go through some of what Flowing Clean has achieved in the past couple of weeks, and to give you an idea as to what is coming up that we want the public to be involved in. We have had several of our activities continuing, and I want to first talk about the charter for the management of the Soufriere River. We will be launching that charter. We have had that charter going through community consultations last month, and the charter has now been finalized. And we are going to be launching that charter this coming Sunday, the 10th of August, at the Soufriere Square, immediately after Mass at the Catholic Church at 10:30 a.m. We would like all persons who are able to come out to the square to sign the charter. If you are unable to be present on Sunday, the charter will be placed in all communities. We will have some key persons in all communities who will be going around with the charter and the sign-up sheets for persons to sign. We will also be placing the charter at various businesses, and some of the hotels who have agreed will be also making those charter sign-up sheets available for their staff to sign as well. So we want persons to be aware, and I'm going to this morning at some point read out what is contained in the charter for you to know what it is that we want Soufrierians to pledge for them to play their part in getting our project off the ground and for it to be successful. We need the public's involvement. We need everyone's attention. We want everybody to be involved in some way, shape, or form, whether it be taking part in any of our activities or just playing your part by not littering, not dumping garbage indiscriminately in the wrong place, disposing of your garbage in the right way, and for us to hold our neighbors accountable, hold our family, our relatives and friends accountable as well. So once again, that charter will be launched on Sunday, the 10th of August, from 10:30 a.m. We will have a very short ceremony at the Soufriere Square, and we will be present on the square till about 2 to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and thereafter the charter will be made available for persons to sign. We're also planning on having the charter at the Soufriere Market from the following week, not this coming Saturday, but the following Saturday, for persons to sign there as well. So you will be seeing and hearing a lot about the charter, and for you to find out what is included in the charter, I am going to read um, the charter for you right now. So give me 1 minute. Let me pull up the charter again on my device. It is taking just a little bit of time. And I am going to read what it is that we want SUFRE to sign on to. So the charter is the People's Charter for the Management of the Soufre River. It begins, Nous, gens Soufriers, we the people of Soufre, descendants of Amerindians, Africans, Europeans, and Asians, have lived with pride in the most diverse and picturesque landscape in St. Lucia and the Caribbean archipelago. The geology, the geomorphology, the biodiversity, and the rivers and their tributaries have all intermingled to create a landscape and seascape of outstanding natural and universal value, epitomized by the Pitons Management Area World Heritage Site and the Soufre Marine Management Area. Our ancestors have glorified this landscape in petroglyphs, and all who visit never forget one of nature's finest creations. For centuries, the rivers have been sources of life-giving water. However, within the last 200 years, from the foothills of the rainforest to the offshore coral reefs, we have denuded the forest and become the agents of pollution. We dispose of solid and liquid waste in the river, and now we have exceeded its capacity to rejuvenate. We also fully realize that an environmentally compromised Soufre River system will result in a diminished St. Lucia and an unhealthy population. Towards addressing this existential challenge, we, the people, now commit to work together as a family and as our neighbor's keeper to change that trajectory of destruction for ourselves and our nation, as well as for present and future generations. Further, in realization of this era of past and present generations, we pledge to work together, driven by the core principles of sustainability for the holistic health of our community and our nation, as well as present and future generations. Accountability to self, each other, and unborn generations. Transparency, sharing of data and information in a timely manner and in easily understood formats, and participation, the inclusion of all members of the Soufre community, from the mountains to the coast, and St. Lucians from home and within the diaspora. Our commitment to this goal of a healthy Soufre River system shall be informed by the implementation of a monitoring system with periodic reports on the state of the river. We charge the Soufre Regional Development Foundation to convene a Soufre River Systems Management Committee with membership from the community, the private sector, the government of St. Lucia, and others as deemed necessary. We call on the government of St. Lucia to join us in this honorable mission born out of empirical and documented threats as we marshal our collective fortitude and resources in bringing the Soufre River system back to health. We further request that the government of St. Lucia collaborates with us by allocating additional human and financial resources to this noble endeavor and by adopting recommendations through the amendments of existing and promulgating of new legislation as required. We sign this charter as a commitment to collaborate with each other and our partners to bring back the health of the Soufre River system in the shortest possible period to become eternal stewards and, once attained, never to compromise its health again. Signed by the people of Soufre, as well as St. Lucians from within and without, and presented to the government of St. Lucia as their commitment to action and results on this day of whichever month when we finish this the charter in the year 2025 at Soufre St. Lucia. So what does this mean? This charter that we want everybody to sign, it basically says that we are pledging to work with everybody, all residents in Soufrière, in all communities in Soufrière, to ensure that we play our part with the core principles of sustainability. We want the river to continue to play its role in nourishing the land, in providing water that we use for us to drink, that we use in other facets of our life. When we want to bring the river back, restore the river back to its natural state, to its pristine state, as close to pristine as possible for recreation. And also remember that the river flows into the sea. So whatever happens on land, the river is the conduit, the main vein that carries everything from land down to the sea. So if we are polluting the river, obviously we are polluting the sea, and we depend on the sea for so much, for our fish, for recreation, for boating, for livelihoods. We depend on the sea for a lot, so we need to protect the river so that we can ensure that the water quality in the sea is also going to improve and be reflected based on what we do on land. We want to also pledge that we are going to hold ourselves accountable, hold each other accountable. We want transparency. So whatever research is being done, whatever testing is being done, we want to know what the results of those water quality tests are. So we want persons to pledge and sign the charter so that we can present this to the government of St. Lucia. At the end, after we're hoping for at least 4,000 signatures. Soufrière has a population of over 8,000. So if we can get at least half of Soufrière to pledge and sign on to the charter, we have a very strong, what's the right word? A very strong argument that we can put forward to the government of St. Lucia to say, hey, the majority of Soufriérians want the river to be clean. We want the river to be restored. So now we want you, government of St. Lucia, to play your part. Allocate the required resources, whether it be human resource, whether it be technical work that needs to be done, and whatever financing, whatever monies need to be allocated for that to be done. So as waterways, we are playing our part, and we want now government of St. Lucia to play their part after we get persons to sign on. I am very pleased to say that we have both the present district rep, Honorable Emma Hippolyte, and our past district rep, Senator Stanislas, who have endorsed this work that we are doing. They have endorsed the Flowing Clean project, and they have both endorsed the charter. This work that we are doing does not have color boundaries. It is for everyone in Soufrière to benefit, and we want everybody to be on board. So once again, this Sunday at 10:30 a.m., we will be launching the charter at the Soufrière Square immediately after Mass. There will be refreshments for persons who show up for the opening, for the launching, the ceremony. And we will be on the square till about 2 or 3 p.m., waiting for persons to come, inviting you to come to sign onto the charter. If you miss this Sunday, the charter will be around. We're hoping to have it at both Massy locations. I'm going to be contacting several businesses in Soufrière to ask them to keep a copy of the charter as well as the sign-up sheets at their business places for persons who are coming in to sign onto the charter. And once we have collected all the signatures, we will be presenting the charter and all the signatures to the government of St. Lucia. So look out for that. We will be having a town crier go about informing persons in all parts of Soufrière. So if you're listening and you're hearing, you can begin spreading the word. We are going to be sending a WhatsApp message. If you get it, please share it with all your friends. Put it on your statuses as well. We want everybody to be aware of this charter and what the charter means and what we are hoping to do by getting that charter signed. The second thing I want to discuss with everybody today is the composting components of this Flowing Clean project. One of the activities that we are going to do is to set up a community composting facility. And we are trying to get 20 households in the new development and Fort-Benning areas to sign up to this component. So you can contact me at 519-2425, or you can email me at nkazobo@mywaterways.org. You can go on our website, www.mywaterways.org, or you can contact the Silver Foundation. If you are interested in becoming one of the households that will be piloting and pioneering a trash management program at your homes, what does it entail? So we want households to sign up, and we will be providing training as well as resources to those 20 households. We will be giving every household 3 separate bins. One for you to put your compostable materials, anything that is organic that can break down, into the bin. Then we will be putting as well, is it still live? I have somebody who is calling. Good morning. I apologize. I'm not hearing you. I'm not sure if anybody virtually is hearing what's happening. We are having some technical difficulties. Not this one. Hello, good morning. Yes, I can see the person is speaking, but unfortunately we're not hearing. Okay, my apologies to the caller. We were unable to hear you on air, and I do apologize for that. We will continue. We'll try to figure out what our issue is here. And while we do that, let me continue about the composting component. So we have several bins. We will be giving each household 3 bins, one for organic waste that can be composted, one for plastic, and one for cans and glass. We want persons to separate their trash at home. We're conducting a little experiment, if you want to talk about it that way. We want persons to get into the habit of separating their trash. There are other projects that are coming on stream where there will be a recycling project, for instance, and we want persons to get into the habit of separating their trash. What goes to the landfill should only be things that cannot be recycled, things that cannot be repurposed. Anything that can be composted should be utilized to make a natural fertilizer. In fact, I think from solid waste, up to 50% of the garbage that goes to solid waste and is filling up the landfill can be used to make compost. We want persons to start separating their trash so that we do not fill the landfill sooner than it is supposed to be filled. So the landfill was supposed to last for 20 years. I think the landfill is close to being at its maximum capacity. I'm talking about Diglo landfill. So we want persons who sign up. They will be receiving the bins and separating their trash. We will be collecting the compostable materials, the composting bin, the green bin, and then the rest of the garbage that they separate, we will still be allowing you to, you will still be giving the, putting the garbage out on your regular trash days, but we want you to be taking some measurements and some notes for us. So we'll be providing every household as well with a luggage scale so that they can weigh the bags that has the glass and the plastics, but you'll still put it out until the recycling project comes on stream. Then those persons who are doing the recycling, you'll be able to, I think, get some points or whatever incentive mechanism that they have for persons who recycled. There was a project before Replast where persons were recycling the plastic bottles and they were getting points from Massey and other business places. So I'm not sure what this new project incentive is going to be, but we want persons to start getting into the habit. We'll be collecting the composting bins from every household twice a week. And from that, we will be setting up the composting site and making compost. So after the first 6 months, which will take for the compost to be produced, the houses that participate will be eligible for them to get compost back from what they have given. So let's say they give us 10 kilograms of compostable waste, they can get 1 bag of or 1 kilogram of compost from the facility, and the rest we will be selling to persons at their homes or at their business. Again, let's see if we are able to hear you this time around. Is it this one? We are still unable to hear you in studio, unfortunately. You want to go outside and see if we can hear the person? Pardon me? Rome is logging on. I'm sorry. I'm just reminded by DJ Erlan that we're live. So we're trying to sort out the issue with the audio. We're not hearing what the person is saying in studio. So while we have our technicians trying to figure it out for us, I'm going to continue with talking about our composting component. So I'm hearing something now. Caller, can you say something? Let me hear if we can hear you now.
Yes, hello.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, DJ Rome. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning. I'm calling from Belize.
Wonderful. All the way over in Belize. Thank you for calling
Yeah,
in.
amen. I'm hearing you, but I'm not hearing your audio that clear.
Can you? Okay, I'm not sure why you're not hearing me, but I am hearing
I'm
you
hearing you,
I'm
but
hearing you very
not so
clearly. So
clear.
you go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, I'm just want everybody to know that I am a street evangelist slash a new upcoming gospel artist working on my first gospel album, and I would love to share some of my new gospel songs, and maybe sometime, maybe next week, by the grace of God, y'all probably could give me a little time to share my testimony.
Okay, I would ask you now to call this very same number later so that you can speak to one of the producers. But we are
Okay.
now talking about our Flowing Clean project. So if you would be kind enough to just call once the show is done, call the same number again, and you can speak to one of the DJs or one of the show's producers. But thank you very much for calling in. The component that we are going to be talking about today um, would be our Adopt a River component. What does Adopt a River what is it all about? So we have a program that we have started since 2023 in Soufrière, where we trained some persons to monitor sections of the Soufrière River. And under the Flowing Clean project, we are widening the number of volunteers. We are increasing the area that we are going to be monitoring. I am now asking for persons who are interested, groups, clubs. It could be a sports club, it could be a church group, it could be a youth group, a community group. We want any group, any residents, interested residents who are willing to assist us in monitoring the Soufrière River. What does that entail? The first level of monitoring is just visual reports, just visual monitoring, what you see, what you observe, the color of the water, if there's any smell, if there's any dead fish, if there's any vegetation growing, are the river banks eroded? And we want to do this monitoring on a regular basis every 2 months, but definitely after any storm, if there's any heavy rainfall activity, where you would get changes happening to the river itself, to the river bank or to the riverbed, where they got shallower or deeper. So this level of training requires a very simple, this level of monitoring, so it requires very little training. And it's a very simple form that would be on paper or also on your phone, that you can just go look at your river, fill out fill out the fields on the form and submit it. That takes less than 5 minutes for you to complete. The second level of training, the second level of monitoring in our Adopt a River program requires a little bit more in-depth training. So for persons who want to actually conduct water testing, that's the level that you would be at. We would be training persons to use some handheld devices to train you exactly how to conduct the test, how to utilize the device, and then to enter the results into the same database for us online. And that handheld device, it makes life very simple for us. It measures temperature, salinity, how salty the water is, because we realize now that the river water is getting saltier the further you go inland. So we want to monitor how far into Soufrière River can we still measure salt in the water. We also will be training persons how to use a simple home test kit to monitor the level of bacteria in the water. So you will be trained in utilizing that test kit to collect a water sample and then to put the tests, use the tests to grow the bacteria at home, count the bacteria, and then report the results to us after 24 to 48 hours. The third level will include a little bit more detail, where we'll be collecting water samples and sending those samples to a lab in Castries for further testing for bacteria in there. So starting from today, if you are interested in being part of our Adopt a River program, you can contact me at 519-2425. You can send me a WhatsApp. You can call me directly, or you could email as again, nkazobon@mywaterways, or go on our website, mywaterways.org, or contact anyone at the Soufrière Foundation. Go to the office at the foundation and give your information, and I will be contacting you for us to start setting up our Adopt a River training, our Adopt a River program. We want to get this done so that we can start monitoring the Soufrière River again, to continue our monitoring, or to start to continue our monitoring, for us to then generate our State of the Soufrière River report. As of next week, the water samples that we are going to be taking for testing for heavy metals and the chemicals, it would be done hopefully next week. That is the epidemiology component, where we'll be looking at the levels of heavy metals and organochlorides and organophosphates in our spring water, as well as our tap water. So that level of testing is going to be done by a lab we are contracting locally, and they will be taking the samples next week to send them out for testing in Canada. And we will have those results. And as the charter said, we're looking for transparency. We are also going to be very transparent with you. We will be presenting the results of all of our tests as soon as we receive them and the reports are compiled. We will be having a town hall meeting to present these results to the communities. We are encouraging persons who are interested to reach out to us. You can reach out to me directly. Like I said, you can reach out to the foundation for both the household composting. And again, we're looking for 20 households from new development and Fort Beignet areas to sign on. And the Adopter River is for anybody in any of our communities, from Bouton to Colobet to Freetown, Fort Saint-Jacques, all the way across Etangs, Fort Jalib, and Belfort, Belle Plaine. We want persons, once you have a river or a vein close to you, you can monitor that as well for us and join our Adopter River program. I am coming towards the end of today's program. It is 11 o'clock. I just want to include that we are having a rainforest camp for children from the ages of 8 to 14. And we are holding that camp at Grand Eden in Fort Saint-Jacques next week from the 13th, Wednesday 13th to the 15th. If you are willing to send your son or daughter, if they're interested in camping, it's off-grid, there's no electricity. We'll be camping in tents and doing some activities, learning about birds, learning about insects. We'll be doing some stargazing at night, because in that area, since there's no houses close by, you get an amazing view of the night sky. We'll be going down to one of the waterfalls, Abasso, and as well going across to the Sulphur Springs and snorkeling as well. So we have a fully packed schedule for our campers, and we have a few spots left available. So if anybody wants to send their child, you can contact me directly. We have a form to fill out, and it's only $50. And they get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They get space in the tent, but they would have to come with their own, if they do have a sleeping bag, if they want to, or we have mats for them to utilize as well. So our camp, it's going to be next week, Wednesday to Friday at Grand Eden Estate. And the kids normally have fun. Last year, we had some students who aged out of it. They are now 16 years old, and they were begging us to extend the age for them to be able to participate in camp. So we have a lot of fun doing our camp. It's a new experience for the children. They get to experience building a bonfire. We make s'mores, roast sardines or roasts, whatever that we have. So they get to experience nature as it's intended to be. So if anybody's interested, contact me again. And once again, let me say thank you to all those who joined in today's program, who listened in. Thank you to the gentleman who called. And I want to just highlight our funders for this Flowing Clean project. It is being funded by the Jeff SGP Small Grants Program from UNDP, as well as the Pro-Carib project. Our funding is coming from the Pro-Carib project. If you are interested, you can go online to see what Pro-Carib is doing. And a special thank you to them, as well as to the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation as our partner and our implementing partner and our collaborator. They're also funding us. Thank you very much to the Soufriere Regional Development Foundation, to all the staff who are assisting us. And this program is being made possible by their funding, by their collaboration with us. So I want to say thank you very much to my DJs who assisted us today. We will figure out the line so that we can get more persons to call in. But if you joined today, thank you very much. And I want to say have a wonderful rest of the week.